I'm like, this had to be a no shit moment for her or no duh. But it just goes to show that I think she just likes being a mother in name only and not an actual parent. So apparently Kim all of a sudden had this revelation that she was being, oh wait, I didn't even have, not that. I just realized I didn't even have the clip open for y'all to see where she did the episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, where she basically talked about how she decided to make a change in regards of how she raises her children. So on Thursday's new episode of The Kardashians, the reality star revealed that after being far too relaxed, or I should say lenient, with her four kids, Northwest 11, Saint 8, Chicago 6, and Psalm 5, she's ready to lay down the law. Well, is it too late? If you're a parent, throw that down in the comments. Is it too late at this point to lay down the law with the kids? Especially, when they're at their most impressionable ages. Maybe she's got a chance with Chicago and Psalm and Saint, but I feel like Northwest child, that child already, is who she is. So she might be a lost cause. But it says that basically, she said that the reveal came as she spoke with Sister Chloe, who Kim herself has called out throughout the season for being too strict with her own kids, True and Tatum, criticizing her for keeping them on a tight schedule and running an overall structured household. But guess what? You saying all that, we haven't heard anything negative about about Chloe's kids. We've heard a lot about how a bunch of a spoiled brat North is, and how you and Kanye pretty much, well, it seemed like she walks all over. That girl stays reading her mother, which, is effed up on one hand and a cackle on another. Like, I'll be like, damn, you just be letting your daughter just be throwing so much shade to you. And she be reading her mother every chance she get with some of the looks and things that she be doing. But we don't hear about the other kid. Although we did see one time when one of the kids, I don't remember who it was, probably was Chicago, one of them was getting in the car. They saw the paparazzi, whatever. He gave them the finger, and she's like, "Oh, you don't do that." But then she's giggling like it's funny because it's like, "Oh yeah, it's funny when you see a little kid cussing or throwing up a middle finger, whatever, being rude. It is kind of funny in the beginning, but also it's rude on the other hand." So we do have the clip of, Kim having her revelation about why Chloe was right and she was wrong in regards to how she's raising her children and why her children walk all over her in the way she lets them get away with murder and all that. You know how she talks. That fucking vocal fry gets my goddamn nerves. But anyway, she was able to make a career out of it. So let's get to the clip and then we'll talk.
Started to see a therapist.
Mm-hmm.
And I just saw her once, but she was like, the simplest thing that she told me was to take down screen time.
Yeah.
Of course, you're like, duh, of course, but having strict rules on like there can be no phones during meals. They're going to fight and kick and scream for like a week. And then you got to get through it. And I never wanted to deal for that week. Sometimes it's just easier. Like, oh, here's your phone. My kids don't sit on their devices all day.
Kids are very smart. I have a militant household. It's a sweet, love, happy household, but there's routine. Discipline is love.
I started to see a therapist.
And Chloe is absolutely right. It's like, yeah, kids want discipline and they want structure. And the fact of the matter is, if you don't give them that, and they're gonna kick and scream and they're gonna do all this other stuff. At the end of the day, it's like, no, I'm laying down the law. It's like with me. At one point, I did before she ended up going to her father's. I raised my goddaughter. And she did live with me and I was raising her. And there was times where she was trying to get over on things like, no, there has to be rules, there has to be structure, there has to be that sort of thing in order for you to understand, like in life, you're not always going to be able to get what you want. So they may kick and scream and throw temper tantrums and act a damn fool and do all this other stuff. At the end of the day, kids want discipline. Kids want to know that, if there's somebody who's going to tell them that, yeah, in life, you're not going to always be able to get what you want out of things. You can't be running around being like a little spoiled brat. So Chloe did say that. She said, I'm super proud of Kimberly. Funny how she used the whole name. For wanting to take a stricter approach to her kids. Sometimes it takes just a third party or a different voice for you to register something. This is what she said in the confessional, reacting to her sister finally settling down some more rules. He says, why can't I run these businesses and be really firm and I turn into a big pussy when I'm at home? I can't do that. That's my most important job. I can't have anyone run over me. And that's because, you know what? And I think that also happens in relationships, that there are people who will be, a dictator and a strict person when it comes to the business and running that all stuff. The minute they get home, they're a big teddy bear. Or they're just like, you know what, I've been running a tight ship all day. I'm tired. Like, I don't want to have to do it. So, but Kim, you're the one that wanted to come out here and be this big entrepreneur and do all these other things. You also want to run around and have 4 children. So this is unfortunately the cross you have to bear. Now, the worst part of this is, where the fuck is Kanye? Because she ain't had these babies by herself. So, if Kanye want to go off and spoil the kids and do whatever, y'all want to play good cop, bad cop, then let Kanye be the good cop, unfortunately. And she be the bad cop. And if the kids get mad, oh well. Go live with your damn daddy. Go windmill with him. Don't bring that shit over here with me. But Kanye and all his cuckoo craziness, he ain't gonna last 5 minutes raising them children. He gonna send them right back to Kim. So I don't think we should all just 110% throw everything on her. But yeah, there has to be a point where it's just like, you know what? You can't let the kids just run all over you and do whatever they want to you in that whole situation. And it's good to, I do agree with Chloe where she said that it's better to lay down the law now before, you have an all-out mutiny on your hands. And kids need, like we said before, routine and structure. And yeah, if I'm going to be in a militant household, there are rules you have to abide. Now, they don't necessarily mean I'm going to be this monster and say you can't do anything. But in this house, there are certain rules. When we're at the table having dinner, no phones, no kind of devices at the table. We're gonna eat. We're gonna have a conversation as a family, and how was your day? What did you do in school? How was, I guess if you have the nanny or whatever, like what did you guys do? Did you go to the playground? Like what happened? Like what'd you do with your friends? That sort of thing. I'm genuine. Like there needs to be a moment where you take time to really understand and want to get to know your children and how their day went. Also, if you're gonna watch TV, you're watching from this time to this time. If you're going to play video games, you play games from this time to this time. After that, cut it off. If you don't listen, you got to give me the device. You're taking it out your room, and you get it in the morning when you learn to behave and you learn to listen. When you start to do that, you set down rules, they can get mad, they can kick and scream, they can throw temper tantrum, they can start cussing, punching walls, or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's my goddamn house. If you don't want to listen, get out. You can raise yourself on your own. And when you do that, the kids will learn because they will learn that you can't just run around getting whatever, and it's no problem. Because you give people whatever they want, they're going to think in reality when they get older, oh, I can just throw a temper tantrum at 35, when that's a little too old to be doing that, and I'll just get whatever I want. I can act like a Karen or a Ken, stomping my feet. No, you got to realize when you step outside that little bubble that you've been living in with your family, them same things you've been doing then, you ain't gonna be able to get away with that out in the real world because people will definitely remind your ass. So I seen some of the people in the comments. One person said she sounds like she doesn't want to make her kids upset. Let me find out Kim is a people pleaser. Well, I mean, maybe she's a people pleaser with the men she be in a relationship with and them kids. Another person put, Chloe has been trying to tell them their kids are bad AF for free. I always loved Chloe. She wanted to laugh so bad. Another person said, but when Kanye told her, ... never mind. Chloe is such a black parent, you can tell. Another person put, a therapist shouldn't have to tell her what the father of your kids was trying to enforce, but you called him controlling and everything else under the sun but. And they said, another person said, that's why Chloe don't let her daughter go around to Courtney's house. No damn structure. Child, don't even get me started with Courtney. I don't like her. And every 5 minutes when you talk about stuff about her, there was some article I saw about her and her vagina. I was like, who cares? She is really trying to make herself a thing. We don't care about you and your marriage to Travis Barker. Y'all trying to get yourselves to be like this big thing that we all need to care about. Look, girl, we don't care. But anyway, speaking of Karen, if y'all care about this story in regards of Kim finally having an aha damn moment and realizing that she need to, give her kids some structure and damn discipline, definitely leave your comments down in the comment section below.